Oh my god.
Okay.
This is literally going to take
Here we
all
go.
night. That's all they have to use.
Okay. So now just share your reaction with me.
So I think that you did a really good job of putting all the information on it, and I like the picture of the people, and the logo is in the middle, which is really good. I like that this is bold and up front because that tells people right away what they're looking at and what they're looking for. And all the information is in one place too, so that's easy for people when they just want to look and then read. I think the font itself is really easy to read. The logo looks really good. It's bold at the top, so it gets your attention, but then you emphasize the overall idea of it. The picture of the people isn't too distracting. They all look happy to be there.
Okay, what do you think about like the title here? Do you think that stands out enough?
I think it stands out, but I think you almost could change the font about it just to make it a little bit different. But I think overall, I mean, it's pretty good. I like that it's bold and bigger than the rest, so leave that, I'd say. But maybe change the font.
Do you think that it should be like what kind of font? Like just a bolder font, or maybe more like playful and decorative, or like a serif, or like what kind of?
Not too decorative because then it gets hard to read, but I think maybe make it a little bit different from the rest of the paragraph and the information. So.
Okay, that makes sense. When you look at this, what do you like? What's the very first thing that you see?
I think I see. Well, the first thing I noticed was the picture, so that's good. The only other thing that I'd tell you maybe to change is maybe like break this up a little bit.
Okay.
So other than that, I think you did a really good job of presenting the information in an easy way that people can actually read and they're interested about it.
Yeah, that makes sense. So as far as the logo, do you like that it's up here, or do you think that it would maybe be better if it was like down here in a corner or something? Because that's not necessarily like the first thing I want people to see. Like if I'm going for flow, then maybe I want the picture and then like the title and then the information. And the logo is important, but maybe not the most important thing.
I think that it probably, you're probably right. It probably would be better in the corner or something because then people would see the conference, which is the overall message that you're trying to get across. So you want people to notice the conference and not so much the logo. So yeah, in the corner would probably be better. Or even, the corner would probably be the best place for that.
Okay. As far as the alignment, so everything is aligned this way except for this information down here at the bottom. Do you think that would be better if, especially if I'm going to have the logo in the corner, do you think that would be better if that was aligned with everything on the left side, just so it flows a little bit better?
Yeah, it would make it more visually pleasing to look at. So, especially if the logo's here, you're going to have to move it over a little bit anyways, so I think it'll be good to move it over.
And then everything would kind of be more evenly spaced anyway. So if I'm going to move the logo down here, then I kind of have a bunch of white space up here, which isn't a horrible thing because white space is usually good. White space is our friend. But do you think that it would be nice to maybe, like, instead of having, because this is nice, but it's a little bit boring, do you think that it would be better to have, like, graduate leadership conference like that, and then maybe move this over a little bit, and everything would still be aligned, but the flow would maybe be there a little bit more?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just misunderstanding. What would be on this side? Would everything be moved over to this side?
The picture would still be there, but like the title and everything here would just be word by word. So everything would be over here a little bit more, but
Mhm.
everything would be aligned, and there may be some white space over here, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. What do you think about that?
I kind of like it the way it is. I think
Okay.
maybe, if anything, maybe break this up a little bit more, or maybe move just the words down here over. But I think the title is really good where it is because that's what catches your attention. Especially after you move the logo, I think
Yeah.
you'll get your message across.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Okay, so overall, let's just go over like your basic opinions and like review of what you think that I should improve on.
So I think the main things that we talked about was moving the logo down to the corner.
Okay.
I think maybe changing this graduate leadership conference into a different font, or just making it stand out a little bit more from the other stuff, so that people, right when they look at it, it grabs their attention. I think bold is great, and that it's bigger, but maybe just something extra, but not too fancy. And then the only other thing I would say is maybe break this up a little bit. But other than that, I think it looks great and it gets your message across. I think people will want to go to the conference.
Okay. Awesome. So mainly just change the title, move the logo, and then maybe change the spacing and everything down here. But you like the picture and the fading and everything and where that is.
Yeah, I really like the fading actually a lot because it doesn't make it seem too choppy. It makes it seem kind of like
Yeah.
one flowy piece.
Creates flow a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, awesome. Well, I appreciate all
Awesome.
of your feedback, and I will put that into the works and create a final product.
Awesome.
And here's my flyer.